Property of Ezra Bridger is the fourth and final of the 4 prelude shorts that released prior to the airing of Star Wars Rebels Season 1. Property of Ezra Bridger released on September 1st, 2014 on DisneyXD. This episode is the Ezra Bridger short. We opened up with Ezra walking through the grass fields of Asar, whistling, and then there's a firefight in the sky above him and a TIE fighter crashes, thanks to the ghost. Anyhow, Ezra runs up and his goal is to steal some components off the TIE fighter for the black market, but of course, he messes with the TIE fighter pilot, who by the way is the character Baron von Ruder, who we see multiple times in Season 1 and later seasons, I believe, of Rebels as well, and also I'm pretty sure was a TIE fighter pilot in the previous short Entanglement. Anyhow, Ezra does get away, but when the TIE fighter pilot realizes what Ezra did, he tries to shoot Ezra with the TIE fighter's cannons, which are still operating, and Ezra uses the Force to avoid getting hit. He doesn't know that's the Force, but that's what happens, and then he uses his energy slingshot to incapacitate the pilot. And then Ezra leaves, mocking the pilot who earlier said the TIE fighter was property of the Empire in, a snooty accent. Ezra mocks that by saying in a snooty accent, this helmet is the property of Ezra Bridger. And then in his regular voice, or is now anyway, walks away. Like I said earlier, this short introduces us to Ezra. He's a street rat trying to get by to survive. But there's another thing about this show that's not really a character thing. It's a title thing, because when this short released, there was actually 2 different titles. StarWars.com gave the title as Not What You Think, but Disney.com and DisneyXD gave the current title Property of Ezra Bridger. They later rectified it and made it all Property of Ezra Bridger, but for a while, there were 2 titles going around. By the way, I do think Property of Ezra Bridger is the better title, so I'm glad they decided to go with that one instead of Not What You Think.